free out there. Most times when people invite me for teachings like this, like boot camps, come and just see one or two things about Forex outside of Twitter spaces, I most times decline. Because I found that there are too many materials out there in the Forex space and people don't know how to utilize it. So people just tend to misuse opportunities that comes their way. And I would like not to be part of knowledge that is misused. So being on your space today, it's a privilege and it's something that is rare from my end. And I believe every single person here would take very huge advantage of this opportunity that Ryan has brought right in your doorstep. So thank you for having me, Ryan. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Stevie. I want to say a very big thank you to you as well for taking our time. I mean, each and everybody that comes on, it's always a time. We always have a great time when we have it. I wouldn't say necessarily you're going to be doing a whole lot of chat work. It's more or less like a space you get. It's just this time around, it's coming with a little bit of panache to it. That's how I like to describe it. I believe everybody is just Twitter space, Twitter space, Twitter space, Twitter space. But this time around, you get to also talk and just kind of shed light a bit on what you're saying. So it's more like putting the art to where your mouth is. You get. So that way people can actually know that you know what you're talking about. You're not just talking about it. That's what most times happens on Twitter space. I think I was on the space with you yesterday and I attacked someone for doing the same thing. You're coming and you're kind of pouring dirt on people's words that they've said, and you're not in particular showing anything about it. You get. So thank you so very much. On this call, as always, we like to do would I call it a review of our previous week? And I usually like to start that review or I get someone to do it. But today I want to do that review because I feel like last week touched me. Like again where it really touched last week because I was, when you have your analysis all planned out and everything, and then our guy at the top, Trump, just decided to come and start yapping, 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 yapping his mouth everywhere. And market is just in chaos and in shambles. I mean, he's pushing prices from left to right, from right to left, and it's just crazy. Last week was a crazy week for me because I had prices go my way and then not go my way, and then waking up this morning to see that was it this morning? I mean, last night I was awake throughout the night, and then I woke up to see Euro USD tanking over 240 pips straight down to my take profit, and I just started laughing because I knew that was exactly what was going to happen at the end of the day. But nonetheless, it was a good week. I mean, every week is an opportunity to learn. Every week is an opportunity to get better. Every week is an opportunity to be more constructive and more disciplined as a trader. So with everything happening now, we've come into a season, the market, that would require us to pay attention to every little detail that comes out from the mouth of our politicians. So now we finally come into that merger between politics and economics. So you'd have to play it a bit smart on the chart. So thank you guys so much for joining. As always, I remain RionFx. My government name is Innocent Ifere. And as always, when we come on this call, we like to interact with our guests. We like to, I would say, put them on the hot seat, but rather have a conversation with them. And I hope whilst you're on the call, you're with your tea, because there's always tea and chats. I mean, literally and hypothetically speaking, and anyhow you want to put it, because the tea sometimes can be gist, and sometimes it can actually be the actual tea. Thank you so much, ICT Queen, for joining the call today. I really appreciate you. So we would like to throw out a few questions to our guests just to see, just so that we can have a proper conversation that everybody in the call can learn from, and like expert advices, insights and everything. And just like the topic for today is scalp, swing, or hold. Scalp, swing, or hold. How to merge, how to find the trading style that sits with your trading system. Because I personally feel like a lot of people just kind of have trading systems. Probably they would say they are using smart money concepts as a system which they use to trade. Some might use normal price action, some might use ICT, whatever the case may be. But now the trading systems require them to learn a few type of probably like an entry system, an exit system, and all of those things in their trading journey. But I feel like sometimes they don't know how to, align that with their trading style. Some people don't really know what kind of trader they are. Some people don't know if they are scalpers. Some people don't know if they are swingers. Some people don't know if they are intraday traders or interday traders. Some people don't know if they are position traders. So the core aim of this call today is to help people on this call try to see reasons and find alignment into that type of trader that they are and how they can merge their trading system. Because I personally have known you for quite a while. I think probably 2 years, 2 years counting. And I've seen how I know that you're not much of a swing trader, but I also know that there are times where I've seen you try to swing trades. I know you're more of an intraday trader and a day trader or a scalper. And you've excellently found a way to balance your trading system alongside your trading style. And that was why I picked this topic
Ryan, please,
specifically.
1 minute, if you don't mind, please lock your chat box or you ban the person dropping a link, then delete all the links so people don't get scammed.
Oh, I removed this person. This is another person. So let me see if I can lock my chat. Okay, so I think I've locked it now. I think I've locked it, so no one can chat with this thing. So let me just make it post and post. Okay, so it's locked now. Thank you very much. I had no idea if I could do that. Okay, thank you very much again.
De-
Timmy.
Delete the message. Delete the message.
How do I delete this message for every? Can I delete all the messages from?
Just
Yes, when
delete
you just
the.
click on the message, it shows the option to quote or delete. When you delete, every other person will see it.
Okay, so quote and then delete. I don't go send them by myself. I can only see delete. I can't see.
When you click on the message, you see delete, just delete it. That's just how you go about it. Just delete.
Yeah, I've clicked delete, but I can still see a lot more of
When you
it.
click on the message, yeah, you have to delete them one after the other. One after the other.
Yeah, you are deleting it already.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's deleting from my end. It's deleting from my end. Yeah.
Okay.
I no
Sorry for
longer see them.
Anyway,
that.
good
Sorry.
morning, Ryan, and good morning, ICT Queen.
Yes, good morning.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to learning more in this class. Actually,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Actually, funny enough, I actually joined the class to hear ICT Queen's voice. So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
yeah, this is Jeremy.
Thank you. So we have to continue with the listening much. Okay, thank you. So yes, ICT Queen. Our first thing we always want to do is we want you to give us like a brief intro and background about yourself, as ICT Queen and as a trader as well. Just take about 2 to 3 minutes to just introduce yourself so that everyone who is in the call, people from your community and people from my own community as well, can get to know you even better. ICT Queen, sorry, you can unmute yourself now. I had to unmute everyone.
Okay. Okay, I was trying to type to let you know I could not mute myself. All right. Thank you for having me once again. Good
You're
morning,
welcome.
everyone. To all the listeners from my community and Ryan's community, it's a pleasure to be here today, and I'll just give a very short, brief intro about myself. Okay, um I've always loved to be financially free in the sense that I've always been a self-independent person right from when I was still a teenager. I like to, want to see how I can provide for myself and people around me. And I feel sort of weird, or let me use the word, asking people for help or asking for money. So whatever it takes me to make money, I always try to put my heads together and see how I can work it out. While I was in university, I opened a salon where I sell attachments. I have people make hair. I have people work for me. Then I think I was just in 200 level. I took loan from my mom. Because I just have this independence mentality. And right from when I was a little girl, I've always managed my mom's business. And I just felt business is something I would always want to do instead of just sitting down waiting for my parents to provide for me. So when I started the salon business, I saw it was doing well. I got tired. I stopped it. I opened a boutique where I sell clothes because um I'm a model. A couple of times I think I've mentioned that I'm a model. I model. I've done a couple of beauty pageants. I was beauty queen, and I have also model a couple of clothings for brands. And I really like to wear nice and lovely clothings. And I always buy clothes. Then when I was 100, 200, 300 level, I'll go for shopping, buy loads of clothes. Bags of clothes, I'll take it home. My mom will be screaming, "You're just wasting money, Temi. Why are you spending money? Why don't you just open a boutique so you have all the clothes?" I will shop for myself and my siblings. So because of the fact my mom was always complaining, I like to buy clothes. I like to buy clothes. I thought to open a boutique. So I started a boutique and then I was in 300 level. I did a course of 5 years, environmental science precisely. So I started traveling to Lagos to get this clothing. Initially, I started buying from some lady that usually gets bulk overseas and she sells wholesale. When my business started growing big, I started traveling to Lagos to get in bulk as well. Why was I doing that? I have a couple of friends in the pageantry world. So when they want to travel and go for all these parties, they like to shop from me. And whatever amount I sell, people just like to buy. And then I was a beauty queen in my school, so I was sort of popular. Most people want to just come and see the beauty queen and just buy clothes from me. So my boutique was really booming. And I held that boutique till I finished my university. Then I moved over to Abuja and I opened a boutique as well in Abuja. I had a shop at Banex, if you know Banex um, very well. So I was just doing the boutique stuff, and all of a sudden I got tired, and I felt like I want to, navigate my life to something else. Then I was done with school. I went for Miss Nigeria in 2015, and we had to make a business plan. And luckily, I had the best business plan. Then we were given us 24 hours or 48 hours precisely to write the business plan. It was an online competition for the business plan, but the pageant was a physical pageant, and it was like thousands of people all around Nigeria who put up for the audition, and I was like lucky to be picked. So I did the pageant. I was the best contestant. I had the most best business plan, and I was given a grant loan because that year was sponsored by Bank of Industry, and I was given a grant loan of 5 million. Remember, I was still like growing. And one thing is, I finished school very early. In my house, my dad is just only committed to training you to school. There's no luxury. So we entered school very early. When I put like, 2017 ago, people think maybe, oh, I'm just one woman who is very, very old. The fact is, I finished school very early. I finished school before I was even 23. I finished university before I was even 23. I think around 21 to 22, I finished university. So I had nothing to do in my life. I was done with school. My father forced everybody to go to school. I was done with school. So I only had pageants, buying clothes, just traveling, looking good. So most of those pictures you see was because I had to look good because I was a beauty queen. And there's a very high demand for you to always present yourself well based on the brand you're representing. So I always had this mentality. I have to always look good. You don't know who you meet up with. And in the Abuja entertainment industry, a couple of people know me very well, like Okintemi and all that. So if you're out and you're just like not looking all posh and someone sees you, to look as if, oh, maybe you are suffering or something. So in my head, I always want to look good at all time. You can't catch me on fresh. So when I did the Bank of Industry stuff. I was given the grant loan of 5 million. I told myself, I don't want to sell boutique clothes. I like to style clothes. I like to make clothes. What would I do next? I talked to my mom that then I was doing my NYC in Abuja because I deferred my NYC initially. So I was then doing my NYC. I was supposed to Cross River, but because of the sun, the stress, I was getting dark. I had to talk to someone. They transferred me back to Abuja. So my NYC, I was not basically even doing anything. I was just like a ghost member, ghost NYC receiving pay. I only go to sign. So I just told my mom, instead of me not doing anything, let me use my NYC time to go learn how to make clothing and all that. So I signed up. I enrolled in a fashion outfit for 3 months course. If you go to Instagram, you can search for the name Cathy Anthony. It's a very big brand. And if you go to our old post, I think 2015, 2016, you see my final project is there. I made a wedding dress. So I went through the fashion school project. I learned how to cut, sew, and design and style. Then I opened my own fashion outfit where I make clothing for people. I've made a couple of wedding dresses. I made a lot of traditional wedding dresses. All the dresses you see me wear native, I made them myself. So I make my siblings are married, a couple of them, I made their traditional outfits. So I'm this kind of person that I always want to get busy. I don't like to feel like I'm missing out in life and I'm being delayed by one thing or the other. So I always like to get myself in, very busy. So when the pandemic struck and that was 2020, and I wasn't doing anything. I live alone rather, in a 3 bedroom. I have two of the rooms for my office space and all that. I was bored and I looked at it. Okay, if something happened now and everybody's get to be trapped indoor. So this is how I'll finally become broke. I can't make clothing. People are not going to go to weddings. And my friend Irene, I put her a lot on my Instagram. So, but just like we're all sister beauty queens and all that. So, she was like, "Ah, Tammy, come and see this online something. You bring people, you get rebates and all of that. This IML." And I was like, "Bring people to get people digital. You make money online from your phone. Making money from the phone interests me. Remember, I've always said I like to make money. I like money. So when you say you bring people, you do this. And I'm this kind of person. I don't really like to persuade people too much, and I'll now become responsible for. That is why you see me since I've been in the forest space. I've never advertised my mentorship on any platform apart from Telegram. I don't like to advertise that. Okay, you have to pay me. I just don't feel the need to. I feel like if something is good, let them come for it. That is why when you reach out to me and start asking me questions about my signal or my services, I'll tell you. If you don't believe what you see out there, don't bother paying. Go and watch me do it. If you trust me, you can come for it. If you don't, please check elsewhere, and that's fine by me. I don't believe by persuading people to do something. If they want to do it, every human being will do it. So my friend was like, "No, you can do it. You just talk to A, you bring B." I said, "Okay." I signed up for the IML this thing. And when I got in, I found out that you have to continue to bring people and the people continue to pay monthly payments for you to get paid. And I felt that was overwhelming. People are struggling and people have to pay monthly. You just like living off of them. But my friend, no saying the Igbo girl, she don't they build her own, she don't they go top like that. So for me, I found interest in the Forex aspect, and then we're just all about indicators. If you know IML, they really don't teach Forex. And I started learning about all these indicators and all that. And me, I'm a very fast learner. So if you're in IML, if you're in under the Samata leg, you will definitely know me. I was one of the key leaders in that team. So I was the one actually teaching them how to, use most of these indicators and all that. I learned fast and I always feel like, okay, if someone is deficient, so why not share? I don't have a problem sharing what I know if someone is ready to learn. So I was always sharing what I know to them. And I was one of the top leaders in our team. Until one lady, Kay, in our team as well, she was like, Tammy, there's another team in this IML. They know how to do ICT very well. Like SMC, she was just talking about this thing, and I felt interested. She was like, you don't even need indicator. It's called naked chart and everything. You just have to analyze and all that. And I was like, are you serious? She said yes. And if you want to go to another team in IM, you have to re-sign up again. So I signed up again. I joined and I was taught, like I learned perfectly well, but then I wasn't exposed to social media side of Forex. Remember, I said I was just in IML. So when I learned it very well, and you have to pay. You don't know you have to pay monthly. As long as it's IML, you have to pay. So I was paying monthly, paying monthly. I was there for like 6 to 7 months in that team, and I felt I don't want to start paying again. Um, 1 minute, guys. Okay. So I said I don't start paying again, and that was how I left. And I, went to Telegram. I saw different people posting chat. I started looking at how to blend myself into Telegram. And that's how I came into ICT concept, and I started learning deep on my own, and that's how the name ICT Queen came about. And on the Telegram channel, people be like, "Where's that queen that trade ICT?" And that was like the name ICT Queen came about. So for me, I learned Forex from some ICT set of people, the Americans, and I got into the industry in 2020. So it's been like basically 4 years for me into the business. This year will make it five. Well, getting to know it in depthly, I started from the year 2022, as after really studying from 2020 to then from 2022 all the way now. I think I found my feet and then practically can guide or direct anyone. So for me, Forex is something that I love and I believe that holds the key to giving me my financial breakthrough, and I have been doing it consistently. All right, thank you, Ryan. I know I took a bit of time, but I just want to drive people through my journey to see it wasn't all that smooth. All right, thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you so much, ICT Queen. Okay, for me, I think I know a bit of her journey. I don't know all of it, but I know she didn't start out as just trading because she still has a fashion house ongoing and running, and she makes beautiful dresses. I mean, you guys see the content she gives to you on Twitter. She's always giving you guys hot contents. Well, cold boy like me, I don't have hot contents to give you guys, but all the best. Thank you so much, ICT Queen. So let's go straight into the topic for today. And the first question I have for you is, what were the factors that influenced your choice of trading style so far as a trader, and how does it support your trading system?
Okay, as an analyst, like you said,
Yeah, go on.
can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Like you said earlier, you notice I do intraday trading, but like as an analyst, technically, if anybody goes to my channel and check from inception, you notice that I don't really do lower time frame entry. I just even started that. That was 2023. I incorporate lower time frame entries. So I love to analyze from the higher time frame. I want to know where the trend is coming from and where it's going. We all know that you cannot trade the market if you don't understand the trend coming from where and going to where. So analyst, my person as a technical analyst is totally different from my intraday trader. Intraday trader in the sense that I'm sort of kind of person that wants to see quick results, right? So I don't have the much patience to hold trade for days. So because of my kind of person who wants to get it done and sort of a little bit impulsive, right? So I prefer to trade and get my money on that day. I don't really want to hold because of the ons. You can't tell what the market has the next minute. It's very unforeseen. It's just more of probability kind of. So I don't want a situation where I'm going to bed. I have to check my phone at night and look at my trade just because I want to see the price is not going against me. So I'd rather just get it done that day and close. So my personality is reflecting on my trade. Personality of being a little bit impulsive, and I like to get quick results. That's actually um, reflected on the type of trader that I am today. All
Thank
right, thank you, Ryan.
thank you very much for that question. You see, um, as traders, yeah, moment, guys, let me get this gum out of my mouth so I can talk properly. So, as traders, I feel like I've always said this thing, even to my beginners. Talking about beginners, I'll be having a beginners boot camp towards the middle of this month, just right after the Valentine's, for people who are new to trading and don't know how to trade or don't know where to start from. Especially if you're on this call and you have no idea where to start from, it's going to be absolutely free, completely free, like zero nothing. You're not paying anything. I would leave descriptions and link to that quite later on in the meeting. But as a trader, I've always explained to people that where your where one of your most important edge, you know, emanates from is your personality. For me, I'm someone that I am extremely patient. Like when I mean I'm extremely patient, I could be in the midst of chaos and look at everybody and smile. That's me. You get. So I've seen Timmy have witnessed me hold trades that she felt like this trade is not coming back your way. And I'll look at her and I'll smile and I'll say, I'll come back to you in a week time. And she would laugh and she would actually see the prices actually go back and probably even get as high as my TP. Well, it's my personality, it's my understanding. I view the market from a higher time perspective, and I view the market fundamentally and technically at the same time. So I place a lot of sentiment on my trades. So that alone for me has helped shape the way I like to trade. When you see me call day trades, it's because I like to give people a little bit of, what they want. But when you go to my channel, you see that my channel is called RionFx Swing Trading Academy, because that is what I do. I don't go to your 1 minute time frame to analyze the chart. I analyze my chart from daily, weekly, and then I try to make entries from like the 4 hourly and an hourly time frame you get. I want to hold my trades for long. So as a person, your understanding, you see, the goal to this whole trading thing is first to find yourself. Once you find yourself, it makes it easier for you, to sort of align with whatever trading system and whatever trading style. So if you're someone like ICT, like she said, she's a little bit impulsive. She likes getting her things done immediately. Day trading is for you. To an extent, if you're highly more impulsive than she is, then scalping is probably going to be for you. But you probably have to refine and adjust and learn to a larger extent how to scalp, because scalping is risky. So you have to be in for it and you have to be extremely smart. That's why they say 98% of day traders are failed traders. It's not because they don't make money. It's because the impulsive nature of that kind of trading makes them lose more money, because you're targeting smaller pips, you're trying to use higher lot sizes, market uncertainties, and all the different things that could happen in the market could always affect you. So you could go from like $10,000 in a minute, and then you're slammed away into like minus 10,000 the next minute. So things like that would always affect you as a person psychologically, you get, and as a trader. So always try to understand. I think the first question every new trader should ask themselves is, what kind of a person I am? Who am I? You get, that helps you better understand the reason for why you take your trades. Okay, with that being said, I would want to run straight into the next question, because I really want, Temi to just give us a little bit of those her chart spices. Okay, so Temi, how would you describe the risk to reward dynamics between scalping, swing, and position trading? And for you, how do you manage your risk in your own style of trading? Well, I think Temi muted herself. ICTQUEEN muted herself. So let me help her on mute. Okay.
Okay, Ryan. Thank you. First of all, I can never. I don't like scalping. It's not my kind of thing. The adrenaline is too much. So anything that'll make me feel like I'm on hot seat, I don't like to do it. Yes, I do a lot of flipping. I'm just adding to what you said initially. I'll come to your question. I'm just kind of person that I like to trade with, in as much as the market is uncertain, with more certain and not feeling like someone is chasing me. So I don't think scalping is even for me. Now let me go back to position trading, swing trading, and intraday trader. I'll start first from the highest, which is position trading. Position traders are people. I would not say they're individual. I feel like they are more or less corporate bodies who are into the stock market for, investing their company funds, maybe profit a part of their company shares into the stock market to gain sort of returns from it. Do you understand? So someone who is doing position trading is not looking at getting instant profits. Immediately. He's not looking at getting instant profit, just like I said earlier, I want quick results. They are looking at benefiting from the rise and fall of currency in a long period of time. If you're doing your beginners class as a forex trader, you look at when they talk about I really might not have the exact word to put it, but they talk about when people take opportunity of currency, they buy it when it's very, very cheap, holding it to the time where it's extremely high, then they sell it off. That's what position trader they do. They are not your intraday trader that just have $200 in their account and holding for 5 months. No, a position trader can hold a trade from as late last year, March, up to this time. They are not bothered about the highs and lows of the market. That's the fractal nature of the market. Their intention is to profit from that wide margin currency exchange difference. And when they achieve that risk to reward, like, okay, I'm going to risk 1% to get 10%, most of the time they could just invest a certain percentage of their company assets into stock market. And look at it, okay, if dollar go from 91 to 105, we are going to be gaining, if we're selling at 105, the company will be benefiting as much as $14 per one of our investment. So that's exchange, that margin is what they need. And that return comes in huge volume because they're investing large capital into the stock market. And for those kind of persons, they are not in a hurry to profit from their investment. They are not going to be saying, I'm risking 1% to get 2%. They are looking at benefiting long term. And that is something that top corporation and bodies and businesses they do. Therefore, swing traders like you can see personal traders that does swing trade in the sense that okay, you are holding a trade for like 1 week to 4 weeks. Anybody who's holding a trade from 1 week to 4 weeks, they are not position traders. Position traders are traders who hold for as far long as 3 months to 6 months. 4 weeks, you are a swing trader. Now, what is the benefit of a swing trader? A swing trader does not want to be caught in the intraday influx of uncertain volatility. They are not interested in going to the 1 minute time frame. You can't see a swing trader taking trades from the 1 minute time frame. They are not interested in that. And let me say something. Look, trend time frame is the place where they trap most of us intraday traders. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me, right? Hear
Yeah,
me. I think my network is off.
yeah,
Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you. Your network glitched for a moment, but it's fine now.
Okay, let me go to a different position so I can have a better network. Okay, turn off the AC in my room. Let me stay so I can have a better network. Hurry up. Okay. I think the network here is better. Let me know if you can hear me properly now.
Yeah, it's better. It's proper.
Um, okay. So like I was saying, people that hold swing trade, they hold for like a week to 4 weeks, and they're not interested in taking trades on the 5 minutes or 15 minutes or even 30 minutes. Their interest most times is from the 4 hour. Why? They know that most intraday traders are trapped on the lower time frame. If you go to the higher time frame, the candles are all acting normal. But lower time frame is where they do all of this manipulation. And a swing trader is not interested in getting trapped on these lower time frame entries. They just want to take their trade on a higher time frame. Okay, having the mindset that I'm going to use 50 pips, that is my invalidation point, and I'm looking at price going XYZ direction. When they put their trade, they don't go into the market and start checking every second. They have this calmness and peace in the fact that I've had my invalidation point set and I've had my target set. Whatever happens, then it happens. Understand? Now, swing traders, the advantage of swing traders, they don't get trapped intraday. That's one. Two, they don't get to see all of this lower time frame noise that we get to tolerate as an intraday trader. And three, they don't have to go to their phone all the time. It's very suitable for people who wants to work at the same time. They want to also trade Forex. Those persons that are doing 9 to 5, those persons that have other businesses that takes them out of the chat. Swing trader is the best way to go for people like that. So when you just have your direction, a very concrete direction, you pick your trade, you can go 2 weeks later and check and see the price is doing well or not doing well, even 3 days later. Now, the disadvantage time price might invalidate some higher time frame structural levels in the sense that it's not invalidating that it's not going to go in that direction. Price might just take out those levels for the sole purpose of liquidity. I've seen where price invalidate daily levels, like liquidating those levels and 4 hours. Now, if you have set your stop loss and you've put your take profit, knowing fully well that that range is very wide, so therefore you're risking a lot. All right. Now you're risking a lot putting your stop loss and you have put XYZ amount of money already to give back to the market if it didn't go your way and price it liquidate that level, you will lose a big chunk of money. Why? Your risk was really wide. If it goes your way, you gain a whole lot of money. So that is a major disadvantage. And another disadvantage is they can be trapped in economic news as news for the rest folder. You can have this week very swift impulse, as seen whereby price will just swiftly go. very, very large impulse and just trapped most of these traders. You're swinging, you're not even checking your chart. On that day, you're busy at work, and price will just go snipe you out of your trade and still move in your direction. So these are disadvantages of swing traders. Now, for intraday traders, which I do, there's also disadvantage and advantage. All right. And like I said, my what inform my type of trading style is my personality. I like to see quick results, and at the same time, I'm a little bit impatient. So I don't want to like stay too long in the market. Although I like to cash very long pips. I've caught like 100 and something, 200 pips, 300 pips, and intraday wise or even 2 days. I don't really like to go further. Now, intraday traders, we have your levels. That is where the manipulation is in the lower time frame. So you have heavy manipulations. Now, if you look at it on the higher time frame, if you are going to have a bullish day, you get to see that price will trade low and close high. That's normal. You open low, you set your high, open low, open your low, your high, and close, right? Now, that open and low, you don't know how far the dimension price wants to trade low. You getting in the market at a very maybe a time whereby market is still doing their manipulation and you are trapped by the manipulation. We'll call it Judas swing in ICT. You're trapped in the manipulation. After clearing you out, you've lost a chunk of your assets to the market. Price swings and start going in your way. And maybe you get to jump in again, thinking price is not going your way. They go back again and sweep you for the second time and still go in your direction. So intraday traders get trapped in all of this lower time frame, here and there manipulations and lose chunk of money. Now, trying to chase the market to recover back, they lose a whole lot more. That is why, as an intraday trader, you need to be extremely experienced in terms of knowing that not every single market condition is tradable. Not every single market condition is accommodating your trading style. Even if your trading style you feel is like it's the only great, it makes a lot of money, it's not accommodate. Every market condition will not accommodate it. Asian session sometimes does not accommodate my ICT concept the way I see it on New York session or European session. My kind of trading style based on ICT, I like to see volume and I trade off imbalance. And I know that smart money is there and I wait for a return to order block after liquidity sweep. Now, you might see something different, presenting it look alike on Asian session, but it's nothing but a trap. So we get trapped in all of these manipulations and these schemes of the market. Any concept you feel you know as an intraday trader, any pattern is in the algorithm, and it's not just yours that is there. They have thousands of these patterns. So they can present your own to you thinking that is it, and they will liquidate you. So we are trapped in all of this. Now, the advantage of trading intraday is the fact that now if you get to see a very good setup that played in your direction, because we are always conservative with our risks and our stop loss, we don't have this very huge invalidation points like the swing trader or the position trader. We don't have to risk or lose lots of the market if we are trading from a very proper risk management standpoint. And another advantage for intraday traders, we get to benefit off the volumes that come in the market when we are trading on a particular time that suits our trading system. We get to benefit off this trading volume. Take for instance, if you have a news for the European session, maybe on Swiss franc, or you have it on euro, or you have it on pounds, and you already you've looked at the market, you've seen a comfortable place for you to get in the market with a very suitable risk. All right, now you get in the market after the Judas swing, and you are able to now minimize your risk based on you enter on confirmation points. You get to benefit of that volume that will go in your direction. So these are the advantages of swing trader. We don't leave our trade, getting to get trapped in all of these market opening gaps like we have over the weekend because of the political opera. We saw how some of these pairs they all gapped like 50, 100 pip. Now imagine as a swing trader, you're holding a sell, for instance, or you're holding a buy, and price gaps in the other direction against you. You will lose a huge chunk out of your profit. These are the traps that swing traders get to fall into, or the disadvantage. But we as intraday trader, we don't care. We just close at whatever we see for that day, and we don't get to pay huge money for swap fees. We don't get to pay all of this, meet all of these uncertain, unforeseen circumstances that could just come anytime, any day. So I feel that's an advantage and disadvantage for all of these trading style. So I hope I was able to answer your question properly, Ryan.
Yeah, you did. You did touch a huge part of it. But now the thing here is there's one thing missing. I mean, you're trying to hide that one from us. I mean,
Oh,
if
no,
you're trying
please
to hide it from us, it's
ask
fine.
me. No,
It's
ask. I don't. No, you can ask. Maybe I didn't get
No,
to hear
no,
that.
no, no, it's fine. If you don't want, it's okay. Don't mind me.
No, 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 no. I didn't get to hear that. Please ask again. Maybe I didn't get to hear that.
So for you, how do you manage your risk in your own style?
Okay, okay, that's fine. Like I said I trade off volumes and I trade off imbalances. Okay, and
Yeah.
without volume, without impulse, I don't see myself in the market now. And I also trade of the concept of liquidity, touches soup and rate. Now,
Okay.
how I trade is the fact that I want to see that there's liquidity sweep in the morning, and I have a strategy for gold European session alone. I'm not going to share, and I don't even need anybody to reach out to me to ask me because I'm not going to tell you. But that concept is the fact that there's a particular time in the European session, whatever direction you see gold facing. I think I put it on the channel and on the group. You probably saw it last year, and I said I was backtesting gold, and I backtested, and I've seen that 4 out of the 5 days of the week, if I wake up early and I follow up that and I monitor gold, because not all the time I look at gold, and it's not really my best bet. If gold follows that direction, goes trade in that direction, not through European session, it does not turn back. Now I'm buying gold since I woke up and it's just been buying. Now, if I want to take a trade, if I don't see liquidity sweep and I don't see an impulse, I don't think I have a trade there. Now, when I see liquidity sweep and I see an impulse, most of the time, the level at which smart money uses sweeping liquidity, that's clearing out initial buyers or sellers in the market. They are not interested in going to that level again. Why? They might intend to sell, and you just have everybody on the sell. They could just reverse instantly and push up a very impulsive buy above the levels where everybody's looking to sell, precisely 10 to 20 pips. Now, when they leave that level, because they don't want you people that are selling that they've taken out to recover, they leave very quickly and they start leaving to the other direction. They start officially selling. Now they have trapped buyers while clearing sellers, and they don't want you buying to recover, so they will leave. Now, that level they've left, that liquidity they've left, we'll call it Judas finger and turtle soup. My stop loss is around that level based on the fact that I don't expect them to come back. If they come back, then they are not interested in offering that sale. So my stop loss on that level, because I entered at the level of turtle soup, my risk is minimal. My risk most times, I really don't like much stop losses above maximum 20. Most times 10, 5, 10, 15 pip stop loss. If they take me out, they're not interested because I want to see all of this liquidity sweep and impulse. So when I put it at that level, I'm risking 10 pip. My pip count for stop loss determine my risk to reward. I am not that person that will say, okay, I'm risking 20 pip to gain 20 pip. It doesn't work that way for me. Okay. So if I have a 10 pip stop loss, because I follow the liquidity concept, I could be targeting like 50 to 60 pip in take profits. So I could over leverage based on I have a limited pip count for stop loss. That's the advantage. All right. Now, if sometimes I get trapped, it's not all the time it works. Okay. Now, I could feel like they swept liquidity and they'll do that impulse. Sometimes they will still go back again. I call it re-rate and still take out those people again if they feel like they still want to. That is the place where I get trapped. And whatever I put in the market as my trade for that day, I get to lose it, and it's completely okay. I don't expect the market to favor me all the time. So my risk to reward is really minimal. The only time you see me use a big pip for stop loss is only on gold. That's when you see me use a big pip. My stop losses are max 10 to 20 pip from within 5 to 20 pip. Those are my areas of stop losses. It does not exceed that. Whether it's going to give me 300 pip, it does not exceed that level. That's how I have refined my entries to that point. And you can only achieve this if you are good at refining your entries and you're good at also spotting levels of liquidity that are valid. Not all liquidity that is valid. Some might just be there. They might not be interested in it. They will still sell and buy above liquidity. They might not be interested. So if you can see those levels and you know when they sweep those levels and you see the impulse and you take advantage, I think you would have a good risk to reward. Like I said, my risk to reward is capitalized on my pip count for stop loss and my pip count for take profits. All right. I hope I was able to respond to your question.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for that answer. So I believe this is the next question, yeah? So what we're going to do now, Temi, is we are going to allow you share us your chart. You will not vex. In fact, you cannot even vex at this point in time. You have entered this thing too deep. Don't join me, say you don't join. You get it? So now we are going to allow you share your screen, and you're going to do, you're going to just chat with us a bit, a trade that sits with your trading style, and just kind of explain to us, like you already said, use turtle soup, Judas finger, all these things, your ICT concept. Me, I don't know it. I don't know why they call it Judas finger. Maybe because Judas, the people think that for Aisha. But yeah, you're going to share with us like
Okay.
what
Why
you
they call it Judas swing is because Judas is a betrayal. So that is like a betraying move. So it's a
exactly.
force.
I
Exactly.
get that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to allow you share your screen. I think you should be able to share your screen. So I'm just going to quickly stop sharing mine. So you would share your screen, and then you just chat with us while you're, you answer a few other of my questions, while you're on the chat. But basically, whilst you're on the chat, you would just kind of put us through, your trading style and what tools or strategies you usually use for your trading style. So just take it as this is you doing like an early morning analysis,
Okay.
for us, and then we'll just be gisting while you're on it. You get?
Okay, that's completely okay. My screen, I have the US dollar, that's DXY, that's the dollar index. Like for Ross ICT traders, you see this gap here that happened over the weekend as a result of the economic opera. It's something that needs to be filled. There's an imbalance and it's liquidity, and we are taught that liquidity are not meant to be left open in the markets. It's sort of an imbalance. That was why um last week I was expecting them to close up this volume gap here. Now I'll go to 3 weeks first of all. That if you look at the 3 weeks, they have this imbalance that was left here for a long period of time. I was expecting it to be closed since last year, but it wasn't closed. But this year it was closed. It was closed. Okay, it was closed last year. It was closed. No, it was this year. It was closed this year. They've completely filled it up this year. If you look at this is a CB. A CB means it's a sell side imbalance and a buy side inefficiency. A sell side imbalance, a buy side inefficiency, meaning we have market offering sell in one side without balancing it up with the buy side. So it's an inefficiency of the buy side, creating an imbalance on the sell side that needs to be filled up. And what do we fill a CB with is body candle. CBs are filled with body candles. So this is the CB. After they fill it completely perfectly well, that is when we had that sell. They got to the top, they started selling. Now I was actually expecting them to close up this gap that we had last week, but all of a sudden we saw this very impulsive um, Trump cut off tariff and market just turned. Now, closing 50% of a VI, this is a VI, will call it volume imbalance, is as good as filling it up. Imbalances can be filled completely or filled all the way to 50%. It's perfectly okay. ICT concept. That means equilibrium of it has been tapped and has been filled. Now, if you look at it, and volume imbalance can also serve as rejection blocks. Price will go there, tap, and just leave quickly. They're like other blocks. All right, they're like all the blocks. So the price can just go there, react, and leave that level quickly. Same time, price can also feel it perfectly well. Or at the same time, price can feel 50% of the imbalance. Now, when we have imbalances, they are 50%. We call them consequent encroachment. That's what we call their 50%. We call them consequent encroachment. We call them CE. So this was complete. This was a consequent encroachment field. Price tapped into 50% of the imbalance. Price tapped into 50% of imbalance and it left. Now we now have this as well. I'm still expecting them to feel it. There's no way price to trade consistently up DXY to not come back into this level. So remember I said two things. You see that price is using this as a rejection block, or price will fill it up to 50% or a complete fill. What's a complete fill? We call it CF. Okay. Now I'm going to use Euro USD as a case. So I'm just going to explain one intraday setup that maybe every one of us can use. Let me use the power of three to explain this setup power of three. Let me use a broker that I don't
Okay,
think I've used before.
so Temi, so you
Sorry.
just mentioned So one of the tools you use in your trading style is called the power of three. I hope you guys are listening and you're taking that into
Yes,
you're
yes,
jotting things down. Like
yes. Power of three.
these are free, germs like she's giving out here, you know. So one of the tools she said is power of three. So tell me while you're at that, while you're sketching, me, I always tell you ICT people that if people are drawing too much lines with plenty English. Yeah,
No, you
I
won't see me draw lines with plenty English. If you see my chat, it's very, very clean, precise, and direct. That's one thing
you have
everybody
turned
give me
to
applause for.
you have
People give
turned
me
to
applause for
now.
that. I
You now
don't
you're
I
an
don't
oral
draw lines.
you're an oral
Just from
coach.
the day one. I don't really like too much. I don't really like too much write up on my chat. I like it very clean. My attention when I go to the chat, my first attention is where is liquidity. That's
Okay.
where the money is lying in the market. When I can see that, when I can spot that, I look for price direction in terms of the trend that will take me there. That's what they will do. You see that they don't want to go there first and manipulate, which is the power of three, then they later start swinging in that direction. If you can see that liquidity, they will always get there. So I'm not interested in drawing multiple charts on my lines on my chart. I believe that when you as an ICT trader sees my chart, you can understand what is there. And that's why many people find it very easy to learn from my chart. My chart is like a YouTube channel. People learn very fast, just mainly looking at my chart. So if you look at this now on the daily, if you look at this now on the daily, all right, you will notice that we tapped into an imbalance here. Let me go to 3 weeks. We tapped into an imbalance here that's been here for a long time. That same imbalance that the dollar tapped in and completely filled. Now, if you want to know, this is the fiber. Fiber is Euro USD, and it's like almost a replica image of the DXY. The reason being is we have a lot of countries in Europe who are using the euro as their official currency. So almost 60% of the euro is in the basket of the DXY. Every single currency is found in the DXY. The DXY is a heavily weighted basket of all major currencies. Now, what are the major currencies? The euro, the pounds, the New Zealand, the Aussie, the CAD, the yen. Those are the like major currency. Okay. Now we have all of this. Just a mini split slide.
Yeah, before she gets back,
So,
guys.
Queen,
Okay, I was just going to say
can you
something to.
hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you, Timmy. I was just going
Okay,
to.
go ahead.
So if you're on the call and you have friends who missed out on the the call today, it's always going to be on my YouTube. I have a complete playlist of everything and chat session. If you want to go back, probably the knowledge that she's giving out here, the analysis she's doing, and you want to go back and try and follow it up and understand it, you can just go back to my YouTube channel by tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. It will be on my YouTube and easily for you to access. And if you've watched this long, I just want to say thank you for sticking through and enjoying the session. If you're going to be seeing this later on YouTube, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as soon as you can. Please, I wonder why we do this thing. Please now, we shouldn't be annotating on the screen. Thank you, guys. Timmy, please go on, go on, go on, go on. We're
Okay.
enjoying.
So, so if you look at the euro is the DXY, like I said, it's heavily weighted basket of all the major currency, and the euro is about 60%. I have it on my channel. The chart is there. Maybe I will send it to Ryan later. He would upload on his channel so every one of you can see it. I'll look for the chart. It's about 60% of the euro in the DXY. So they have a mirror image of each other. But if you look at the DXY, that imbalance I showed to you guys, that's the CB, which is a BC for the euro, the fiber is filled on the DXY, but no filled in the euro. That's to tell you that there's difference in currency strength. To tell you that the euro is strong, but still the dollar is dominant. We're quick to leave. They tap into the imbalance, they create higher low. The much I could like it or not, the euro will buy. This is a major factor in the forex market. It's very major in the sense that economic, that's the fundamental drives price actually. Whatever you know technically, sentiment of people when it comes to fundamental, how people react to certain news as consumers, investors matters a lot. So you can override any technical analysis. But technically speaking, if we don't have all of this fundamental opera, the highest we can see for the euro is into the 50%, which is a consequent encouragement, and we'll begin to see some buy interaction. Now, if I was to allow look for more sales on the EU, I'll look at this low. Why? This is more like a weekly, 3 weeks liquidity range. All right. Now let's go on to the weekly. We see that we had this impulse. We see this low, the lower low, and this higher low. We had this impulse. Price came back into this level. Price came back into this level. That's our weekly order block. And you see how they rejected. Now, every other block is valid only if they can sustain price, if they can sustain price closing below the 50%. When price closes into the 50% of any other block, it completely invalidates it. Price should respect either the top of an order block or the 50%. That does not mean that price cannot sweep the liquidity of the other block. Price it can sweep it. That's why I said now as a swing trader, I was talking about it, opposition trader, you put your entry at 50%, stop loss at this high. Price can drive and just clear the liquidity above this level and still sell. It's valid. It's okay. So that is why when you have an order block, you just don't want to put your entry. You want to see how price interact in that level. When price interact in that order block level, based on lower time frame confirmation, you can now decide to strike. What are the lower time frame confirmation? You saw the way we have all of these consecutive down candles closing. You want to see an impulse, a displacement to the downside. Obviously, price was trading up, creating a higher highs and lows into this level. You want to see a lower lows and lower highs precisely on the 15-30 minute, causing a displacement of a previous demand, which is a bullish order block that facilitates a drive into this level. All right. I'm just taking you guys through the work, how I see price and all that from the higher time frame perspective. Okay. Now, when you look at the character, the price interaction on this shaded direction. Now, let's look at the structure, what the structure is talking about. We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, making which level? This level is now becomes our last demand. This is our last demand that actually was took out this supply level here. You can see how they push price from this low. This was a facilitator that take out this high, this low. This is a facilitator. This is the last time we had the sell for, we have this consecutive bullish candle that actually liquidate this high. So this level is our last level of what? Demand. You see how it was displaced. This candle is a displacement candle. And afterward, what happened? You see how they started respecting bearish PDRAs in the sense that this daily fair value gap was completely respected. You don't want to see price close into the 50% of a fair value gap and imbalance. A fair value gap that will be respected. Price should not trade above into the top of the candle holding the fair value gap, nor close above the 50% of the fair value gap. That automatically invalidates. That happened to me yesterday. I was buying Bitcoin and price trade and close completely 30 minutes fair value gap. And that was what invalidates the bullish movement I was having in Bitcoin. Now you can see we started respecting that and we traded all the way to this low. Now you want to see the interaction from this low. We have our low, we have our high. We started making higher lows and higher highs and respected the 50%, still respecting this other block. Now, if I was to look at this level, here is my level that price has not mitigated in this other block. I will see something like this here. If you go to a lower time frame, this candle here, this is the rejection block. This was where price rejected. This candle here holds that. This candle here holds that. This daily candle here holds that. And all of this imbalance. But still, we left this equal high and they traded down. Now you can see the gap. This gap here that was left as a result of the weekend holding. This was a gap that happened on Friday, close to Monday. It's like I said, it's still will be filled up with body candle. Now, this other block has not been invalidated. This other block has not been invalidated. It has not. We only have a gap gapping into the other block. It has still not been invalidated. And we have this rejection block here. So if this rejection block that we have here cannot hold price to push all the way up, then we'll have this low taken out. Why would this low be taken out? I'm going to explain to you now. This is the facilitator of all of this move. And if this low was strong enough, this low is meant to have displaced. We have supplies and demand levels. It's meant to have displaced this high. Displace this high in the sense that if we want to see a bullish array, we are meant to have displaced this push. This is the high that push all this price down. This low was meant to have broken efficiently above this high, invalidating all of this supply. But we saw that it rejected and start trading down. So that's the reason why we might likely see this low eliminated. Eliminated in the sense that it's seen as a weak low. A low that is weak, a high that is weak will be invalidated and taken out for not sponsoring move and breaking structures. It's a matter of the bulls and the bears fighting. If you cannot break over the structures of the bears, then the low, which is the demand level, will be eliminated. And after they liquidate this level, they could close below it, throwing people off that they are interested in more sales. And you will not see an impulse buy. That is when they can displace this high. So for now, we don't have a bullish break. We only have an internal structure that has been displaced.
Yes.
Pardon?
While you're on that, yeah, I just want to throw in a question. So you could go further with like analyzing the charts and probably like giving them a an overall direction for what you think. But while you're on it, I just want to throw in a few more questions because usually we like to keep the calls like within an hour, 20 minutes and an hour, 25 minutes. Yeah. I want to ask while you're still chatting, what would you say are the biggest challenges that you face in your trading style? Because in your trading system and trading style, because we have I like to always remind my community and every trader available that there's no perfection in this market. Like we don't know anything in this market. As far as I'm concerned, we are all benefiting from the rumbles and scrapples of
I think that lies with my lower time frame. And if I had gotten to a lower time frame, I would have told them the challenges. You know, when I was talking about the style, I emphasized it on the traps in the lower time frame.
yeah.
Higher time frame, I don't think I have a problem with it. I'm
Okay.
mostly majority of the time very accurate on my higher time frame directional bias.
Okay.
The issue always lies with the lower time frame.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yes,
that.
and I was just
uh,
taking them all the way down. When I get to lower time frame, I will not tell them the reason why most times we are trapped.
okay, okay, okay. Let's have it there.
Yeah, that's that because most times if you look at the higher time frame, the candles are very understanding. Now look at this weekly order block. It was understanding they rejected 50%. But when you go to the lower time frame, you see a lot of fake movement there. So I would explain that when I get to more lower time frame. Now looking at this other block, it's still not invalidated. But we have this liquidity here. It's been taken out. So like I said, there's every possibility this low will be taken out as weekly low, weekly liquidity range. They could just trade below. Now, what I'll be expecting, I really expect to see more of a divergence between the DXY and the euro. Why? The DXY has completely filled this gap. The euro has not. So if I could see a lower low on the euro and I could see a lower high on the DXY, which if I see a lower low on the euro in the sense that I'm seeing a low like this. Let me show you on the part. If I see this low on EU, the euro, which is the fiber, creating lower low, right? And I'm seeing this on DXY, creating lower highs, then I will understand that there's a strength that has come into the euro. The DXY is already showing it. I would really like to see this on the 1 hour, 4 hour this week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. I understand that there's a silent trend that's come into the euro that could not possibly give us by lower low instead that if EU can clear this low and DXY fail to take out the high, then we can now see the divergence. So this is on the daily. Now I'll go to the 12 hour. Going to the 12 hour, we see how we have, like I said, we have this internal range break of that's internal range break of structure that's internally, not an external range. Every trend we have internal, we have external range, we have major structures and we have minor structures. So all of these are just internal minor structures. Okay. Now we have this other block still here and they gapped against it as like the gap is still there. Now we'll go to 6 hours. Now, looking at the 6 hours, we can clearly see that we have this eating base right here, and that is where price is reacting from, which on the daily, it was a daily rejection block. So that is where price is reacting from. And I'm going to explain the midnight open, how you can now capitalize on that. So all of this here, yeah, were used as liquidity. Now, I will still have bought in this level without this gap or without political or if I see the structure coming down. All right. If I see structure coming down, I'll say I've been watching price at this level. Why? If you see price making a deep retracement and they did not stop any at this first level here, then they are reaching probably for the sponsored candle. What do I mean by sponsored candle? This area was the area that actually started this break of structure to the upside. Let me hide this so you guys don't get confused. Okay, hidden. I hide this as well. So you guys don't see too many things and get confused. Now, when you look at this whole move, this level was actually the sponsor. So when they break this first level, they would not stop halfway. Why? Automatically, they've cleared the trend line. I had a trend line on the charts last week. They broke it. That means we're reaching for this downside. So we're going to go to the 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour, same thing, leaving from this level. But why I'm not comfortable buying? I don't like to see candles like this. I feel like it's a trap. I like to see a deep sweep. One candle sweeping on another. If I see a candle coming down, sweeping all of these candles, these are just setting people up for liquidate. They will just liquidate you with one big bang. If I see one candle drive deep into this candle and on lower time frame, another candle instantly reject and close above it, then I would prefer to buy at that spot. But seeing this three candle, I won't want to buy. Why? I feel like it's a trap. I feel like it's a trap. So I would not want to get involved in that kind of movement. So if you look at it, we have this low, we have this low, we have this low. This low, why was it not taken out? If this low is not taken out, then if they come after this high, they'll probably reject from this rejection block, which is the volume imbalance, and they'll be going to what? Attack that low we see at the bottom. They might just come and sweep this high and start trading down. So buying Euro USD now is sort of a dumb thing to do. They will definitely, I just feel like they'll come and they will take out this low. They'll take out this low. They'll take out this low. For being a weak low, they'll take out that low. That's where they are coming. So look at the buy side. If you see most times I trade the MMXM. Now this is the buy side here. Why is this the buy side? We had a drop down, we have a push up, then we see price traded down, clearing this sponsored high, and this is the sponsored low that pushed price all the way up to take out this high. Now, what is the next target that smart money is looking at? They are coming after this low. So buying above that low is foolish. Just chill, wait for price to come into this imbalance, look for reaction, and sell all the way to this low. This low will be taken out because it's a sponsored low, and it could not achieve the aim they want to get, which is to clear off this high. It couldn't achieve that. So that's why they will come back and just eliminate it completely. So for me, I will not be buying Euro USD. I will still look for the downside to clear that low. Now, if you look at the daily, the 1 hour is the same thing. Look at the 30 minutes. There's no market structure there. All I see, I just see accumulation. What I teach people, when you see accumulation, you box it.
So you're expecting like
Okay, no problem. All right, okay. So guys, this is just it. Like me, I see the accumulation here. I have one indicator that I use. You can just search for Forex midnight. It just shows you where you have the midnight. You see the accumulation is still around the midnight open. Where's the manipulation? Above the midnight open. Like I said on the 4 hour, this is liquidity. Just wait for them to sweep it. Wait for them to get to like 50% of this volume imbalance. Then if you have seen a good sell movement, that's just to get. Now, people are buying. All of you are going to be trapped. This is Sunday open price, which is weekly open. This is midnight open price. All of them in one box. So all of you that are buying now, they might just be trapping you guys because I just see them pushing above the high. This is what I see them doing. All right, I see them doing like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. That's not might not be all that far. That's triggering this liquidity resting above the accumulation. We all know what rests below. We all know what rests above. And you see them going all the way down. This is what I see for Euro USD. So thank you for the brief time you gave me to explain. I hope somebody has gotten a value from this explanation and just always put to use guys for it. Please watch for it. Don't get trapped. look for the manipulation, then you can take the distribution. All right, Ryan. So I'm done.
Thank you so much.
Ryan, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much,
Can you
ICT.
guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, ICT Queen. I can hear you, ICT Queen. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the knowledge you've been able to impact into one of us. And thank you for sharing your experience, because I feel like the secret spice of every trader is hidden in their psyche. You understand? It's not just on the chart, it's on how they view the market mentally. You know, it's a mental work. A lot of people think all these things are game, but they have no idea the amount of, mental stress that we go through to actually be able to, at least um, do something that, looks, I'm looking for the word, more productive and reflective on our lives. And it's really not easy. Like, even I want everybody on this call to know that even I think on Twitter they call them idolos. I don't know why, but basically your mentors, your idols, they actually do go through times of distraught too. You get, it's hard because at this point in time, there's nobody that can tell you he practically knows everything that's going to happen in the market in the coming week. There's one man with a very funny looking hair that is opening his mouth and threatening countries upside down, destroying and damaging Federal Reserve's policies because he's the president and he wants his country to be better. And we can't completely determine what he's going to say or what he's not going to say. Technically, your traders might do the best they can do, but fundamentally, where the main market movement happens, we have no control over that. And things like this can also affect we as traders mentally and psychologically as well. And we take losses. Don't think that people don't take losses. Personally, there are times where I have like trading accounts that I go full margin on them and I end up losing money. It doesn't always go well. You understand? But what we pray for is that the days where they go well, they go absolutely well for us. And we have accounts that we learn to manage our risks and everything. All depends on the trading style, exactly like I said, and what you're trying to get into at that particular point in time. There are times where you can be feeling lucky. There's something they call the lucky feeling, and you just want to go full margin. You just want to have like an account and you want to go full margin. You get, so take it easy, guys. So before the call ends, I want to say thank you again. ICTQUEEN, thank you so much for making our time to join. Thank you so much for coming on Tea and Chat with your community. Thank you, your wonderful community, for joining this call, for being in attendance. I want to say a big shout out to all of you. Don't forget, the link to my channel is in the group. I think ICT is going to drop the link to her channel too as well. And then my YouTube link is also on the chat section for those of you who would want to go back to this video and you want to watch previous episodes from Tea and Chats. We have episodes of fundamentals. I had an episode just last week with the sniper when we're discussing about how he trades and every other thing as well. So you can go back and catch all of those germs on my YouTube channel as well. One advice I want to give to wrap it up for today, and I'll see you guys next week, Monday. Please try and be in attendance every week, Monday. You can see how beautifully well ICTQUEEN was able to distribute knowledge to us today. If you're here as a beginner, if you're here as an intermediate, if you want to find your trading style or you want to find what works for you apart from a trading system, the one advice I want to give you is stay true to yourself. See, the one mistake that most of us, we tend to make as human beings is we lie a lot to ourselves. You know the truth. Everything you do, everything you want to do, every action you take, you know there is a consequence for it. You know the truth about what you're doing. You know why you're doing that thing. Even to the point where you're being stupid or foolish, you know exactly that you're being stupid or foolish. There's nobody that goes without knowing what they do. So if you actually want to find your trading style, the one advice I'm going to give to you is sit with yourself. Take time to actually have deep talks to yourself, like self-introspect. Try and look into yourself and ask yourself, who am I really? What am I really? Those two questions you should ask yourself. Do I know how to control my emotions? Do I have an edge in knowing how to control when I do things and when I don't do things? Do I have the patience to go through bad times and still be calm? Do you understand? Am I stoic enough to sit within the chaos, or am I someone that likes things to be done instant? Am I a quick person? Do I like to have I built myself to a point where I kind of like, I wouldn't say I don't want to use the word instant gratification so it doesn't sound bad, but are you the kind of person that likes to get rewarded instantly? Things like that would kind of shape and shift your mindset to finding what kind of trading style you are. Another thing that you want to use to find your trading style is ask yourself financially, in what circle are you in? Are you in the circle of trying to make money, or are you in the circle of trying to grow money? Because in order for you to make money, you'd have to take extreme kinds of risk, which means that you somehow or in one way have to find a way to be a better day trader because you need to make money, you need to, generate money. But if you're in the business to grow money, that is to say you're coming from a place where you're liquid enough and all you need to do is grow your money. In order for you to grow your money, you don't need to be looking for high risk to reward trades and taking some kind of crazy risk. You would be in the business for what? Looking for good trades and low reward and returns so that you're just growing your money. So you also need to kind of find in totality what it is your goal is and your targets are. And that would shape and help you find a balance in the kind of trading style you should choose for the moment. I mean, personally, I can day trade, I can swing trade. I believe I can even position trade if I want to. You get me? But I won't say I have the liquidity to position a trade because I need my money. I can't carry money and keep in the market like for that long. You get me? So I hope you were able to gain value. I hope you enjoyed your time on Tea and Chats today. And if you did, I would love to see a lot of you, subscribe to the YouTube and follow on the Telegram channel. Follow ICT Queen on Instagram. It's ICT Queen. On Twitter, it is Queen T, Queen and Tea, like tea and chat, the tea. I told her that today is her day, Seth. She's supposed to give us tea drink, but she's for me. Supposed to do one small giveaway. Let's buy Lipton and milk. ICT Queen. But I want to say a big thank you, ICT Queen. Thank you so, so much for making our time to join. Thank you to everyone who made it to the call today. And as always, I remain RionFx, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Tea and Chat with Rion. I don't like to spoil the fun to tell you who I'm going to be bringing next. So just stay tuned and enjoy your week. And please trade carefully. Okay, there's going to be a whole lot of fundamental effect in the market this week. Try to download your Bloomberg, investing.com, CNBC, any news platform basically that focuses majorly on business, economics, and politics. How they intertwine. I advise CNBC and Bloomberg. Those are my two go-to for economic news and fundamentals. Okay, you want to download those things and just turn on your post notification because Trump can wake up now, probably sleeping and scratching his head. You wake up in the morning and say, you know what, China is stupid. I don't like them. And the whole market will react. So please trade carefully. Remember, it is he who lives to fight another day that gets a chance to win another day. Okay, so let's save ourselves. Like me, I scattered a lot of accounts last week. Okay. And once again, see you guys next week, Monday. And thank you guys. Don't forget to catch up on the YouTube if at all you want to, and share to others as well. Timmy, I think you muted yourself. So how do I unmute you now? So you could just give us a bye-bye before we leave. So yeah, you can unmute yourself, Tim. So you just say bye to the community.
Right, maybe you can open the chat box for people to show their reactions on this.
Okay, yeah, that's.
And guys, it was indeed a pleasure to be here, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed the sessions and the Q&A sessions as well. And I want to tell you something, that there is nobody that is a superman when it comes to this business. It's just about being true to yourself. I also have my downtimes, I have my up times. It's not always win-win-win for me, right? And sometimes I will have crazy losing streak. Like, it looks as if my strategy is not working. But the fact is, like I said earlier when I was talking about the algorithm and the market is not going to only use your system to deliver price. So keeping optimum and optimus risk management all the time really matters. Don't try to do what other persons are doing because you feel this person is doing it and is making it, so I can do it. You all are not the same. That is why I said I can't be good at swinging. It's not my style of person. So if you see me flipping, you want to go and flip your simple single $100 that would have taken you to your next level if you had bought a proper account and conservatively trade it. And you decide to go and flip because you see me flip $37 to 1,000 something dollar, you might just have yourself, in a very horrible condition. Trade according to what works for you. These markets respect nobody, not me, not any of all of us on Twitter. All of those fights, you see people fighting my strategy is better and all that. I feel like they have complex issue. I feel like they have problems with themselves. I feel like they're battling how to be superior. You will not see Donald Trump or you will not see Elon Musk coming to the internet and say, my company is better than Mercedes-Benz. My company is better than Toyota. My company is better than Peugeot. Peugeot don't know how to do their engine oil properly or their engine or their interior. It's for people with low self-esteem. That is why you will see me, never see me fighting about any concept. As a matter of fact, I say, what works for you, please stick to it. I saw someone yesterday on my discussion group telling another person, look at your plenty lines. Your chart is filled with line. And I'm like, if my chart is filled with line, for instance, and I'm making money, how is that a problem? The goal is to make money, not to fake perfection. So don't fake it, guys. Don't let anybody deceive you that theirs is the best. The best will only be the best when you yourself work hard towards putting in the best and you decided to take it one day at a time and you are seeing results. That is the best. Not what someone is telling you. I could teach you and you would not see positive result if you did not put in the best or if you do not put in the best. So, guys, take it one day at a time. And I wish every one of you good luck in all your endeavors. And once again, thank you for staying up to the end of this event. And I'll give the mic, Ryan.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Tea and Chat. God bless you all for joining today. If you're in my channel, I'll be dropping my analysis as always very soon. And as always, fundamentals is my thing. So always try to pair that with fundamentals. See you guys next time and bye, guys.